In the Middle East, a somber day in Israel as the bodies of 4 Israelis held hostage by Hamas were returned home. Among them were the Bibas family, mom Shiri and her 2 young sons, Ariel and Kfir Bibas. Ariel was 4 years old and Kfir only 9 months old when they were abducted by Hamas militants on October 7th, 2023. Also returned was the body of Oded Lifshitz, who was 83 when he was taken hostage during the terrorist attack. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today swore revenge.
The 4 coffins of our loved ones oblige us more than ever to promise, to swear, that what happened on October 7th will never happen again. The voice of the blood of our loved ones cries out to us from the ground. It obliges us to take revenge on the vile murderers, and we will take revenge on them.
And this comes just days before the release of 6 living hostages this Saturday and an end to the first phase of the ceasefire in early March. And joining us now to talk more about the hostage release and what comes next is Aaron David Miller, Senior Fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. Aaron, always good to be with you. A lot of mixed emotion today in Israel and also around the world as the bodies of the hostages were handed over from Hamas to the Red Cross in really a disturbing ceremony. This despite the International Committee of the Red Cross really clarifying that it was supposed to be carried out respectfully and privately. Aaron, how do you think this will impact the ceasefire deal? I mean, we just heard that bite from Prime Minister Netanyahu vowing revenge.
Yeah, I'm surprised that phase 1 is about to be implemented actually on Saturday with the return of the remaining 6 hostages. And again, Thursday, there'll be 4 additional Israelis returned in coffins. This will complete phase 1. And now you're really approaching, I think, a critical moment. The Prime Minister swears revenge. There are many who argue that revenge against Hamas is taking precedence over the return of what the Israelis judge to be, of the 59 remaining Israelis that Hamas and Palestine Islamic Jihad hold. Israelis judge anywhere from 19 to 25 are still alive. And I think not only the Prime Minister, but the American president is going to have to make a judgment as to what the priority is here. And I think it's going to be an extremely tough call.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we'll even get to phase 2 of the ceasefire agreement?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as I mentioned, I'm surprised we got this far, but both Hamas and Israel have a stake in completing phase 1. Phase 2, however, obligates and joins both Israel and Hamas on the Hamas side to return all of the remaining hostages, on the Israeli side to end the war, Hamas as well, and to withdraw Israeli forces from Gaza. I see almost no way that that is going to be concluded anytime soon. So you're really left with 2 choices. It may be in Hamas's and Israel's interest to extend phase 1 and to continue to exchange hostages for Palestinian prisoners. Or alternatively, we may be on the cusp of a return to what is going to be a relentless Israeli military campaign, not just to destroy what remains of Hamas from a military perspective, but essentially to prevent its governance or its influence in Gaza and the expulsion of its senior leaders. That's going to be a very tough lift.
Yeah, and as we've seen, this fighting really has reduced Gaza to basically rubble from all that fighting. President Trump, as you know, had said that he'd like the U.S. to take over and redevelop the area and resettle Palestinians elsewhere while Gaza is being rebuilt. And I understand Egypt is now developing its own plan for the reconstruction of Gaza that it says does not involve displacing Palestinians. Aaron, what do you think happens in Gaza next?
There's several elements. Again, if the ceasefire continues, humanitarian assistance will continue to pour in. But the reality is, unless you can end the war and create a stable environment that would allow the predictable and reliable imports of what is badly needed, not just to give large numbers of Palestinians access to proper medical care, potable water, sanitation, and regular food supply, but essentially begin the reconstruction process, we're going to end up, you and I are going to end up having the same conversation 6 months from now. The president's proposal, clearly, the most charitable interpretation is that it may inspire key Arab states to take more responsibility for Gaza, but certainly not in forced or even voluntary transfer of what is 2.3 million people. It's a proposal untethered from reality and frankly hurts American credibility and undermines the interests of some of our of Arab friends, particularly in Egypt and in Jordan.
Well, Aaron, always great to get your insights. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tracy. Thanks for having me.